Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Kelly. A very happy Thursday out there to everybody watching. Today for Thoughts on Thursday, I want to do a follow-up video to last week's video where I picked 5 high-end products that they're like everybody's favorite but mine. And then 5 products I wish that were more talked about. So this is the drugstore edition. So if you're excited to hear what just did not work for me, go ahead, stay tuned because we're going to get right to the video. Okay, same thing with like the high-end video. I don't have any of the drugstore like fails that didn't work for me. So yeah, these are everybody's favorites but mine, and these are probably really wildly unpopular. And I'm sorry if these products work for you. That is amazing. Not makeup isn't for everybody. Every makeup product isn't for everybody. There we go. But I can't get these to work. So anyways. All right, I'm going to start off with probably the most, no, let's build it up. Let's do the one that isn't as hurtful, because I'm not the only one that has this opinion, but it is something, it used to be cult favorite and then it kind of died down, but it's been coming back. I've been seeing a lot of YouTubers talk about it. It's the NYX HD powder. I tried this one. Oh my God. I think it might be like a dupe for the Bye Bye Pores, because it did the same thing. It didn't matter the brush or how, like, I applied it or what I wore underneath it. It was like, it dried up and it was like, don't move, mud mask, cake city, no go. That didn't work for me. The next one is, I kind of feel like pretty unpopular actually, is Maybelline foundations. And I did kind of categorize this because I tried out both the Maybelline Fit Me and the Maybelline Superstay, and both of them were, they were the same on me. It was just an absolute no-go. It was so bad. And then I came out with another one, and I've been asked if I was going to review it, and I was like, probably not, because no. Okay, the next item that didn't work for me, oh, don't get mad, is the Milani Eye Primer. I didn't like this one. It was a little bit too, I want to say emollient or something, because it literally erased everything that I put on my eyes. I do put concealer on my eyes. Sometimes I put corrector on my eyes as well, my eyelids, and then foundation sometimes on top of that. And that eye primer, it erased it. Not only did it move it, but it took it off my eye. My eye area is one of my insecure kind of areas. I do kind of have discoloration, some veining, and then the darkness from like allergies, lack of sleep, being a mom of 4 kind of thing. And so I need my concealer to stay where it is on my eye, and that one, it took it off. And I didn't feel like, that's probably just my own personal opinion, but I still feel like, even though I did try it for the entire month because it was recommended to me, but I tried just to, okay, let's do like eyeshadow over top of it. I found that I had to do heavier eyeshadow, as far as like tones. I had to go heavier and deeper in tones, because just a very simple eye look like today, it would not have covered my veining. Nope. I'm sorry. Not for me. The next one, oh my God, this one, this one I actually think I might be the only person on the planet to say this. ColourPop Flexitarian. I don't like it. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. Everybody loves it. Everybody loves it. And I was finally like, you know what? Everybody loves it. I'm going to get it too. I'm going to love it. I'm going to be in the cool kids club. I am not that cool. I can't get it to work. I've tried a bunch of brushes and I couldn't get it to work. And so I finally, my friend, like, she loves it. So I was like, okay, Beth, like, how do you get it to work? Like, you love it so much. I want to love it too. And she's like, girl, you got to use your fingers. Okay, fine. All right. So I went in with my fingers. It made it worse. I must have more lines than she does, or my face is drier than hers is. It, like, you know, the lines that start underneath the eye and kind of go outward. I'm a smiler, so, you know, my face crinkles. I'm 36, almost 37, so there's that. And then I have dry skin, so, I mean, the texture right here is for real. All it was silver glitter on my face in lines. It did not matter how I applied it. I don't like it. I gave it away. Well, I mean, it's still technically in the house. I gave it to my daughter. I do like the Super Shock highlighters. I do have a Maleficent that is like really, really good. It sits up here on my desk. But that Flexitarian is just glitter on me. I don't like it. I'm really embarrassed that I said that. Okay, the last one that really did not work for me is the e.l.f. Camo Concealer. And I feel like even people with dry skin, they're like, oh, this is so great. And I'm like sitting here like, no. Again, I think maybe my skin is just drier than most. I live in Michigan too, so the climate's dry. My skin is dry. And again, with like the texture, but you couldn't even think about setting that on my face because it does dry down very, 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 very fast. It was so crease city. It emphasized all of the lines. I mean, it was like I hadn't drank water for a month, kind of Sahara dry. And the other thing I didn't like about it, which I'm sure is like everybody else's love, it was really hard to get off. The staying power on it is fabulous because I had a hard time getting it off my face. I mean, which I guess could be a good thing. Your concealer wouldn't move, but my under eyes are sensitive, and I'm sensitive, and I don't even have it for like eye primer. So there's that. All right, let's end on a happier note. Now that we got super silly, and y'all probably laughed a lot at me, like you're crazy, but I never claimed to be sane. So let's talk about some makeup products I think should be talked about. This first one, I almost debated about not talking about it because it is kind of higher in price. It's $24, but I am mentioning it because it is the drugstore. It does go on sale, and you can use coupons. So I'm going to mention it. Also, it's dual purpose. This is the Cotz Face Moisturizer, Face Moisture Lightly Tinted SPF 35 Hydrate and Protect Mineral Sunscreen for the face. Big mouthful. I love this. The reason why I chose to mention this is because it is kind of like dual, triple even function. This is moisturizing. If you have dry skin, this will moisturize your face. And you need to be wearing sunscreen. There's no given. But this is a fabulous primer. Fabulous. I mean, I've worn it on its own. Obviously, it's the only SPF I've used all summer, and I haven't gotten sunburned, so it's fantastic for that. But it blurs all of my fine lines, and it's hydrating, and it sinks in. It doesn't leave a residue, and it doesn't leave that white cast that like most mineral sunscreens do. This is fabulous. So yes, it is $24, but it goes on sale, and you can use Ulta coupons. But you're using technically three items, your face moisturizer, your sunscreen, and a primer. So technically when you break it down, even if you round it up to $30, it's like $10 a product. That's worth it, right? I would pay $10 a primer. So that's drugstore. I'm just going to leave it at that. I think that is so underrated. I mean, some people do talk about it, but not nearly enough need to be talking about it. The next thing I'm really surprised isn't talked about is the Ulta Beauty Matte Eye Primer in the shade Nude. Specifically, this is my favorite. And I kind of feel like it's not talked about. I don't feel like Ulta as a brand is talked about a lot. I don't know why. I really like a lot of their stuff. Like a lot of their stuff. I swear by this. Swear by this. If anything, this is so good. If this is the first video you've ever watched, I rant and rave about this every time I talk about it. Or I just mention it, I'm like, y'all know this is my favorite. It's opaque, it blends in, and it covers, it doesn't move your concealer or foundation or corrector. If you put this over top, it dries down by itself, and then you don't have to set it, and it dries fairly quickly. I mean, 15-20 seconds. And it's good. I mean, it taps out really easy, but then it dries really nice. You don't have to set it with any kind of powder, and it still blends perfectly, like you had put powder down. So I feel like because I don't have to set this, I get higher pigment with color. It's because I don't have a wash of color over top of it. Oh, this is so good. Why is this not talked about? Anyways, the next product I want to talk about, it's relatively new, but it's a game changer for me. This is the Nyx Eyebrow Gel in Brunette. Super plain, super simple. There's 0.34 fluid ounces in this little guy, so it's basically the size of a concealer. It's like $7 at at Ulta, which I think it's an Ulta like $1 higher than like everybody else. As far as like the drugstore that sells this. This is so good. I will never go through this. It's so good. It was kind of tricky at first to kind of get used to using it, but now that I'm used to using it, I will keep a micro pencil, which used to be like my ride or die favorite go-to. Like that was it. This is me kind of thing. I will keep one on hand for faster days because I definitely do need a little bit more time to sit down and like fuss with this, but it's good. And not much time. It's not like it takes me even 5 minutes to do my eyebrows, but you know, if I need just a quick couple hairs and go, like I'll go to my pencil, but this one I need a couple minutes. I love this. And I've gone swimming. I wore this to the beach it was an impromptu beach kind of thing, adventure, and I didn't plan to wear makeup to the beach, but I did wear makeup to the beach. This was the eyebrow that I was wearing, and I'm a mom of 4. I'm in the water. I am also a giant kid when I'm at the beach. I'm underwater because I want to be a mermaid. No shame. I want to be a mermaid too, so I'm underwater. My eyebrows, the hairs might have moved out of place, but it wasn't smudged. It was still shaped and the little hairs were still drawn in. It's so good. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. If you are struggling with your eyebrows or you're just curious as to something else, this is great. What I use, this is by the Brow Gel. It's got a spoolie on one side and it's very, very thin on this side. I also use, it's super dirty though. Oh my god, this is embarrassing. But I also use this. This is the Essence Precise Eyeliner Brush. This is pretty much the same. They're very, very small in size. They're very, very thin. And this is what I use, and I just go, go, go. These are so good. And I think this brush is only like $2. Another brand that goes on sale all the time. Okay, the other thing I'm surprised that is not talked about is the L'Oreal Double Extend Beauty Tubes Mascara. This is an old one. I did have to go in like my beauty empties to dig this out. I love this so much. I actually wore this past when I usually like switch out my mascaras. Typically, I will switch out my mascaras every 2 to 3 months. 3 months is like, wow. And then 4 months is like, it's got to be good to go that long. I went 5 months with this thing because I was like, oh, I don't want to throw it away yet. There is a one side right here, the white side, which is a lash primer. Not a primer. Is it the conditioner or something? I don't know. It's a primer, basically. I'm not sure if they sell just this because it literally just says step 1 on here. And I don't have the little packaging. But anyways, this side right here, this is the beauty tubes part of it, and I really, really like the wand on this. When I did the full month of L'Oreal, I didn't want to do the Paradise, Enchanted Paradise. Everybody loves that one. I just don't like that shape of wand. The hourglass, it's not my thing. I like the Christmas tree ones. So I tried this one. I was like, we'll try this one. I'm gonna try beauty tubes. What is beauty tubes? I'm a curious individual. Beauty tubes. What is beauty tubes? It basically put tubes on my lashes and they looked so good. They were so long and they wore well. And I was thinking, oh no, this is going to be like that fiber mess. And every time I blink, it's going to be like poof, poof, and it's going to go everywhere. It didn't. Not once did I have any transfer. So it didn't do like the raccoon eyes. There was no, I don't really want to say that word, but droppings off my eyelashes. They weren't, I can't, that's an awful, awful thing. I'm sorry. You know what I mean, right? But anyways, there was none of that. So it applied really well. It lengthened, it thickened my eyelashes, and then it wore well. But the thing that sealed the deal on why I think this needs to be talked about is taking it off. Yes, this may gross you out, but just to take it off, the package says to just wet cotton rounds. I used my makeup removing rag. I don't like to throw things away, but just warm water, and then I would just press it on my eyes for 30 seconds, and then it would just wipe off. That's it. Yes, you would end up with like little spider legs, which is what a lot of people complain about. They were like, oh, I left a mess. It was like the tubes came off of your eyelashes, right? So you had like little spider legs, but they wiped away. It wasn't the raccoon face where it was like, okay, now I've I wore mascara for a week straight and I've just been sobbing kind of. It wasn't like that. And the reason why that matters to me is sometimes I screw up my eye look and I need to remove just the eye area. You know, sometimes I get messy with my mascara and we need to redo it. And, you know, and then with some of them, you know, now you're halfway down your cheek with like trying to get all the black mascara off, and then you're like, screw it, I'll just wash the whole face. So it saves time. And I also like, I'm a contact wearer as well. I like knowing that the mascara is off of my eyes. I'm not sleeping in mascara. I'm not going to get an eye infection, and there's no buildup. I really, really liked that I knew all of the mascara was coming off. I like this one. I don't know why it's not talked about, other than people thinks it's gross. But I mean, it wiped off. I mean, it's not like it was like hard and you had to scratch. I mean, it just, you know, whichever. Anyways, this is kind of new to me. I had a few things set out as far as like what I feel like should be talked about. I want this to be talked about. I don't know if this is new, but it's new to me, and I want to talk about the NYX Sweet Cheeks blush palette. This is $20, so again, it is a little bit higher on like the drugstore side, but you get 8 shades in here of blush. The reason why I think this is great is, one, if you are a blush lover like I am, and 2, if you're a face palette lover like I am. I mean, that alone is great. Or if you're somebody that just wants like an all-in-one, you're not really sure, but you want options kind of thing. I mean, you got a variety of tones and depths in here. And another thing is, if you're just getting into makeup or you're just getting into blush, you're like, I don't know. This is so fantastic because you could try out a bunch of different shades. So that way, next time you go to the store, you know, okay, I really, really like the pinky ones, or I like, you know, the deep berry ones, or the mauve ones, or the pink ones, or the peachy ones. Like, you know. But what's fantastic is there's 2 shimmer shades in here. And today I have this shimmer shade and then this peach shade down here. I have them mixed together. So good. And that is the other thing, that you can like just take your brush, seriously, and just get all of the blushes on. But I tap in this one and I tap back and forth between those two. These two are great. These two are great. Actually, these two are really pretty together. I mean, you wouldn't think, but these two mixed together are fabulous. That's what I like about this palette. It's not talked about. I don't know if it's new, but that aside, whether it's new or not, these blushes are fantastic. From the drugstore, ooh, other than that one from L'Oreal, that was really good. But that's the only one that I've tried. And this one has like multiple blushes. So that's why I'm saying this one. I have never tried the NYX blush. These are great. They wear all day. They don't collect in any of the fine lines that I was just complaining about. These 2 shimmer shades, they're beautiful. They're beautiful, radiant on my aging dry skin. They last all day, and I love the combinations. I love the creativity that it like offers, but I'll probably get this for my daughter too. You know, she's not really into blush yet, but I will probably pick this up for her, because then she will know, you know, okay, maybe I don't like this shade and maybe I like this one better, but maybe I just like mixing them all together. So I think this is just a fabulous, fabulous palette. For $20, you get 8 shades. When you break it down, I mean, that's $5, less than $5. I mean, it's so pretty. Have not been disappointed with anything that I've used out of that. So that will conclude this video. I hope you guys had a lot of fun kind of sitting down and hearing what absolutely 100% did not work for me, what I'm super bummed about, but kind of learning maybe a couple underdog things at the drugstore. Maybe you don't know about them, or maybe you have not heard me talk about them like every day. But let me know what your 5 favorite products are that you want to hear talked about more often. Because if you know something that is like a golden item out there, I need to know about it. I'm a very curious individual. I need to know. But I want to know what didn't work for you. Do I have any favorites that you were like, oh my god, girl, I tried to use that and it didn't work for me? Let me know down in the comments. And we'll see everybody in the next video. Bye!